Whenever you tune into Dash News, you can always be sure of the best updates from across Africa. Hello and a very warm welcome to the Prime Time. I'm Ponje, our top story. Quick question for you. Can you imagine a 60 or 90-year-old woman doing taekwondo? If you think that's impossible, follow us to Korogocho in Kenya to see how women of this age group are engaging in the sport. You know why? They are trying to learn fighting skills to enable them counter men who try to rape elderly women. Let's follow Primera Agbo's report. Cameroon's Prime Minister Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Gute is expected in the Northwest region this week. His visit there follows his trip to the Southwest region where he trumpeted government's efforts in implementing the recommendations made during the major national dialogue. Subiru Madina reports. Let's take you to Somalia where there's some good news for blind and visually impaired students there. For the very first time, they will write their national exams on Braille. Braille is a touch-based system of reading and writing used by people with visual impairment. The new exam scheme for this group of persons was introduced by the country's Minister of Education. Subiru Madina walks us through this story. Let's go over to Zambia, and I'm sure you love this story. President Edgar Lungu has chosen a woman, Nkandu Luo, as his running mate for the upcoming August elections. This is the second time he's naming a lady as his desired vice president after the current one said she will be retiring from politics. Well, as you'll hear in this report by Peter Nsosie, Zambia's Electoral Commission has already verified and approved the documents for the president and his running mate. Peter? If you're an emotional person, pull yourself together because this next story might be a little tough for you. Yesterday, we here at Dash News brought you reports on the commemoration of the International Day of the African Child. Well, the day has its roots from one of the most tragic incidents to hit the continent. That's the Soweto Students' Massacre of 1976. One of the leaders of the protest is Seth Mazibuiko, who fought the apartheid government and is still alive to tell the story. Well, as you'll hear in this report, one person was killed whose name is Hector Peterson. He was young as 13 years old. If you're a keen follower of news from Nigeria, then you must be aware of growing calls for the country to secede. As the West African nation recently celebrated its 61st independence anniversary, former President Abdul Salami Abubakar called for government to implement two things: equity and justice. Peter Nsosie tells us more. Cool stuff there. Thanks a lot, Primera. I think I should learn some taekwondo myself. And that does it for this edition of Newsroom. From me, Ponji, and the rest of the team, thanks indeed for the copious privilege of your time. Stay with Dash News because, as you already know, we are Africa's news leader.